Welcome back to the news with Geraint. This week on the news, two-time UFC world champion Conor McGregor has been arrested for attacking Khabib Nurmagomedov on his bus at the Barclays Center.
Conor McGregor isn't going to be here on Saturday.
As far as I know, he's not. No.
Have you told him not to be here, or have you just heard that?
No, it would be awesome if Conor came.
Smash the windows!
That's fucking illegal.
Oh yeah, fucking Jesus Christ!
These guys.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
I called it, I knew it, I just knew it. Watching that video of Khabib backstage being held by his Russian adversary and then just beautifully pimp slapped, yeah? Just pimp slapped. I was like, oh my god, Conor's gonna turn up. Now everyone's in uproar. I'm not actually gonna say a whole lot on this because it kind of is what it is, but I actually kind of respect what he did. And I said that from the beginning because I don't respect what he did. Like, obviously throwing a trolley through a window and whatever. It's obviously really unfortunate that Michael Chiesa got injured and Rose Namajunas was nearly injured, which I thought was funny. They did a whole story on that. Rose Namajunas nearly injured.
Rose, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I was nearly injured by it. Nearly. Do you know what I mean? Because I was in New York 3 years ago. I respect that he just turned up. He flew from New York after hearing that his boy Artem Lobov was slapped backstage by Khabib. I agree with Nate Diaz on this matter.
He shouldn't have been trying to punk his boy when he was alone, like a bully. Then he expects not to get rolled on, fucking rookie, and then stay on the bus. So basically Nate is saying Khabib should have not tried to punk Conor McGregor's boy when Conor's boy was alone. He ganged up on him he rolled on him with a bunch of people. And then he expected not to get rolled on by Conor. And then on top of it, Khabib stayed on the bus. Everyone else is saying, oh, Conor didn't come on the bus. That's what Khabib was saying. But Nate is saying, no, Khabib, you're such a tough guy. Get off the bus and go confront Conor.
So I don't respect what he did, throwing the dolly through the window of the bus and but I just respect the fact that he flew from New York with all of his boys to do that. I wish people would do that for me. Whenever I get into a fight, my friends punch me. They're like, you're an idiot. Everyone's acting like this is the end of his career or something. No, he's gone to jail, but so what? Do we forget that Mike Tyson bit another man's ear off in competition? He ate another man's head. He ate another man's head and is also a convicted rapist.
You faggot! You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. And I'm just ferocious, I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
But we still celebrate him as the baddest man on the planet. He's a comedian now, do you know what I mean? He's a movie star. Fighting sports is exempt from this kind of behavior, I think, because it comes with the territory of all of that testosterone and thuggish behavior. I'd say a good 60% of martial arts fans are not traditionalists. They're just thugs. They're just people. If you've ever been to any of the events, it's like a frightening environment. It's literally like being in an amphitheater 300 years ago. People just thirsty for blood and looking to have their own fight. I was at the Cage Warriors title fights 2 weeks ago at the O2, and people literally stopped watching the fights and turned around to watch the mass brawl that was happening upstairs. It just is. It's just the way it is. So yeah, not condoning it, but he has laid the table for the biggest fight in UFC history. Ireland versus Russia. Can you imagine just the violence that will ensue at the fight beforehand? Just imagine the press conferences. But that's actually only if Conor can stay out of trouble. I think Khabib is such a G. Do you see this video here?
Come here. Send a message, location. I'm gonna come. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. Ireland, New York, Brooklyn, or Moscow, doesn't matter. Tell me.
That is frightening. Not only does he look gaunt and a serial killer because he's cutting weight, the Russian accent, everything, you just do not fuck with Khabib. And if you do, then you have to be someone of Conor McGregor's caliber. As a lot of you may know, me and Conor are very good friends, so I don't want to talk badly of him. He hit me up in the DMs last night I said, Conor, the way that you threw that trolley through that window like the Hulk, you must have been off your face on cocaine or something. I was spacked off my face on the Chang. You'll do fucking nothing. You beady-eyed, big-nosed bellend. P.S. Don't you dare put this in the news with Geraint this week. Secondly, in the news with Geraint, a crazy lady took a gun into the YouTube headquarters and decided to shoot her boyfriend, injure 3 others, and eventually take her own life. I actually joked about this, that she had her content demonetized, and that was the reason she attacked YouTube HQ, and it's actually now come to light that that was true, that is why. Like, she literally was mad that her content was demonetized. So basically your content can be demonetized if it's deemed unsuitable for advertisers. Now, obviously, billions and billions of hours of content are uploaded to YouTube every day, so they don't have the manpower to check that everything is suitable for the advertisers. So the advertisers threatened to pull out, so what YouTube had to do was create an algorithm that essentially goes through all of the content and deems whether or not it's suitable. So I went and looked at her content, and oh my god, like, I'm sorry, but no wonder your content was demonetized, because it sucks, lady.
My name is Nassime Saps.
At first glance, Nasim Agdam's YouTube videos don't seem all that sinister. Her sometimes bizarre antics racking up millions of views. Dressing in costumes, exercising,
Go vegan.
promoting veganism, dancing next to photos of fruit and farm animals. But authorities say the 39-year-old stormed into an employee patio at YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, California, shooting 3 employees before turning the gun on herself.
Upon arrival, officers encountered numerous employees fleeing from the building. It was very chaotic, as you can imagine.
There's a victim at the front of the building.
A dramatic scene. This officer snapping up his rifle and bolting out of his vehicle, a YouTube employee using his key to let him into the complex. Agdam, who is of Iranian descent, had multiple YouTube pages. Despite her apparent success online, in some of her videos she seemed to lash out at YouTube.
I'm being discriminated and filtered on YouTube. People like me are not good for big businesses.
Ranting that YouTube had begun to censor her, limiting her viewers and therefore her livelihood, claiming she made only 10 cents for more than 300,000 views.
And my old videos that used to get many views stopped getting views.
Police say it was apparently enough to launch Agdam on a suicide mission. She disappeared from home in San Diego on Saturday, her family issuing a missing persons report, and on the morning of the shooting, police in Mountain View, California, find her sleeping in her car hundreds of miles away from home, but just 30 miles away from YouTube's headquarters. Police called the family telling them she was fine, but they didn't know she was packing a 9mm gun and a vendetta against YouTube.
Obviously, it's a tragedy. But this isn't actually related to, like, gun crime in America, I don't think. This is just some crazy-ass lady. She's like those crazy people that... She reminds me of those... Like, even just look at her eyes, man. She's like some distant relative of Khabib. You see it all the time on, like, the X Factor. These people that are just deluded. Like me, I guess. That their content's really good. Or they'll sing and be absolutely terrible in front of the judges. And the judges are like, this sucks. And then they'll turn on the experts and they'll be like, no, fuck you, you don't know what you're looking for, blah, blah, blah. So someone's got a screw loose. But yeah, they do need to sort out the whole algorithm and demonetization thing, because, I mean, my content could, only be described as breathtaking. And all of my videos keep getting demonetized because apparently advertisers don't like to sponsor videos that include politics. So I'm therefore still trying to avoid politics. But, I mean, life is politics, isn't it, really? And therefore that's pretty much all I've got for you. The rest of the news is all politics. So, yeah, a very short one this week. There's a squirrel on my rug outside. It's just not a whole lot to talk about, if I'm honest. Jeremy Corbyn's anti-Semitic. Oh, politics, stop. A billion pixel photograph of the Andromeda Galaxy has been released. So I'll put the link in the bio of that. That'll obviously cheer you up because it will make you realise how insignificant and small that we all are, and how all of these words are just a waste of breath. How much longer can I do the news for? I'm running out of inspiration. I'm running out of things to talk about. Nobody cares anyway. That's enough for me.
Subscribe, 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 subscribe.